The actual business model looks more like this.
What the am I looking at?
If you were to print this out on like raised lettering and rub your finger over it like Braille, it would say, "You are being scammed."
Brita has been sued in a class action lawsuit claiming that they have misled their customers, basically claiming that the Brita filters don't actually do anything. They don't purify your water. They don't cleanse the stuff out of it that they claim to be cleansing. Let's take a look. A California man has filed a class action lawsuit against popular water filtration company Brita, alleging that the messaging on the packaging is misleading. This guy is after a bag. Anyways, this is obviously big news because many people use Brita filters. I have a Brita filter in my fridge. You fill it with water. After about 3 business days, finally you can pour the water out and you can drink water. Since this news has come out, I have already seen the increase in videos on TikTok of people who are in the MLM company Enagic pushing this news alongside their follow-up, hey, this is why you need a Kangen water filter. And of course, Enagic sells the Kangen water filters for like thousands of dollars. $4,638 on Amazon. Let's just assume for the sake of this hypothetical that I'm about to say, the Brita filters actually don't do anything. My first thought when I contemplated this possibility was, oh, well, that's shitty. I've been scammed. And many other people have been scammed. I bought a Brita filter and it's been doing nothing this entire time except basically being a container for water in my fridge. My second thought was, it doesn't even really matter. You're alive. Did it make a difference? There have been many trends when it comes to water that you drink at home, whether bottled or filtered. Recently, it's alkaline water. I've heard people make claims about alkaline water where they say it's good to drink alkaline water because it makes your body more alkaline. It makes your stomach more alkaline, and that's good because acidity is inflammation and it's bad and blah, 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 blah. We all know that our stomach needs acid, right? That's an acidic environment. That's how we break things down. Believe me when I tell you, if you live in a country that is developed enough for you to have internet and have a device to be watching this video right now, chances are you have decent quality water, at least enough that you can drink. Maybe you're in Flint, Michigan. Maybe everybody watching this is in Flint, Michigan. I don't know. I think people making choices that are better for their health is good. Even if the choices don't turn out to be better for their health, the intention is pure, right? If people think they're making a choice that is benefiting their health, at the same time, there is taking it too far. And I think spending thousands of dollars on a machine because you've been convinced that the regular water is gonna do something bad to you, or there's a government conspiracy to poison everyone through the water supply or whatever it is, I think that's taking it too far, bro. In North America, do you ever consider how we poo and pee in clean water? We would be upset if we didn't have clean water to poo and pee in. And there's a lot of people who don't have clean water to drink. Your great-great-great-great-great-grandfather 10 times over at this very moment 5,000 years ago was like fighting a saber-toothed tiger and hoping that he would make it back to his hut so he could see his family again, and trying to like drag some buffalo carcass back to the cave so that his family could eat. And here we are in 2023 being like, should I spend $5,000 on a machine that makes my water, I don't know even what? Come on! In Steve Hassan's book, Freedom of Mind, which is all about how to help people escape from cults, he talks about one of the key ways cults get control of somebody's mind and get them to do their bidding is by inducing phobias. These can be new phobias that are introduced. Another way of doing this is by prodding and triggering the existing phobias that people already have. There are crisis capitalists at every point in history that you look. Y2K, people were convinced that it was gonna be like some Terminator, Skynet, Matrix type shit. You saw it again in 2012. Supposedly it was the end of the world. You don't think there was people that put money into something related to this bet that the world was gonna end? And most prominently, you saw it during COVID when MLMs had a huge increase. Everybody was buying crypto because they thought crypto was going to be the future. And how many people lost their shirt on Bitcoin? MLMs loved COVID. I've seen from distributors in several different MLM companies actually brag about how good the pandemic was for them. They were so happy when COVID rolled around because people were essentially sitting ducks. Oh, your job laid you off because there's a lockdown? Do this from your phone. Turn your phone into an ATM. You remember that phrase? Turn the pandemic into a bandemic. Remember when they were saying that? So cringe. Where are they all now? These people are always going to take advantage of some negative situation in order to make money off the backs of people who are already struggling. But when it comes to MLMs that have specifically health products, they will use words that aren't strictly regulated, like toxin. What does it mean? Technically, label-wise, nothing. Chemical. Well, everything is a chemical. Natural. What's it mean? Bacteria. Everything is bacteria. Sustainable. What's it mean? Clean. You could just use these words. If you say vegan, you actually have to pass some test that proves the item is vegan. You can't just put the JPEG image of the vegan logo on your product and start selling it and say it's vegan. Same thing with saying that something is gluten-free.
Doublespeak is language designed to evade responsibility, make the unpleasant appear pleasant, the unattractive appear attractive. Basically, it's language that pretends to communicate, but really doesn't. It is language designed to mislead while pretending not to. Is it true that you can put sugar-free on a product and still have sugar in it? Is probably the one question I've been asked most often, because people simply can't believe that happens.
How can it happen?
Because sugar-free simply means they haven't added table sugar or cane sugar to it. They can add mannose, fructose, any of the syrup sweeteners, and still call it sugar-free.
In MLM, how do they do this? Well, you're not a 1099 unpaid contractor who is completely swimming out in the ocean by themselves, trying to scrape together money from commissions or recruiting into this mathematically impossible endless chain pyramid scheme. You are an entrepreneur, independent business owner. Here is the Enagic earnings disclosure statement. In 2020, 50% of Enagic distributors made more than $440 for the whole year. 66% of all Enagic distributors made less than $1,000. Wow.
1A is 1 to 2 sales and pays $365 per sale, which is 1 point of the commission.
First of all, just looking at that first level, that is a poo-poo caca level of commission. These machines are nearly $5,000. And if you're in the first rank, you only get $365 of commission. How much money do you think the company pocketed in profit off that? If it's being sold retail for $4,000, $5,000, what do you think the actual markup of it for the company was? Like how much it cost them to create it? Let's go ahead and just say that their profit is 10x their cost. So they're selling it for $5,000 and it costs them $500 to make. That would leave them with $4,500 in profit. They can easily break you off $365 and they still have more than $4,000 profit going directly to them. So again, this is part of the illusion that you are somehow an entrepreneur or an independent business owner. If you were truly an entrepreneur, you would go source these water filters directly from the manufacturer, pay for them yourself, and charge whatever you wanted for them and keep all of the profit. Signing up under Enagic does not empower you. It actually limits you. And this goes for every MLM. But of course, I'm sure he's going to show how as the ranks increase, presumably by having more people under you in your downline, so too does your commission increase. And that's why the real money is going to be made when you're higher up with people below you. But again, it's not a pyramid scheme. We're not paying you to recruit anyone, but the more people you recruit and sell products to, the more money we'll give you depending on how many people are under you. How much luck do you think you're actually gonna have as an independent salesperson out there in the world, messaging people and knocking on doors and cold prospecting people, selling a $5,000 water filtration machine? In this economy, what's the other alternate route? Tell people that this is the way they're going to earn financial freedom, get them to become a distributor. As part of them becoming a distributor, they have to do what? Buy a product. Who is the customer? The distributor. Again, back to the doublespeak thing. To buy means to sell means to buy. To be an independent contractor is to be an entrepreneur. It just goes on and on. Literally every element of multi-level marketing that you talk about is fraught with deceptive language that first needs to be deconstructed before you can even have a conversation.
Let's imagine Mary, who bought a K8 direct to you for you to earn $365,
Insane.
then sells 2 Kangenate ionizers. She will earn 2 times $365. You will earn the same because Mary is in your 1A lane. Now, let's imagine John, who was placed in your 2A lane when he bought a K8 direct to you for you to earn $730, then sells 5 Kangenate ionizers. He will earn 2 times $365 as they are in his 1A lane, and then he will earn 3 times $730 because they're in his 2A lane.
Absolutely mind-bogglingly confusing. And on purpose. This is what I mean when I talk about in videos, I say a Ponzi scheme with extra steps. If this was truly just about selling products. All you would need to really know is how much did it cost to produce? What are we selling it for retail? The difference is the profit. Cha-ching, business as usual. When you have all of this shit, okay, so if you recruit this guy, then you're at the 1A level and you'll get this much commission. And if he recruits 2 people, well, he'll be in this leg. And then once you have this many people, and then all of this converts to group volume, which converts to points, which converts to your rank, which converts to how much money you get paid. Why? To baffle you with bullshit. Just leave them so confused that they have no idea what's going on. And chances are you started off the pitch by telling them how simple it was going to be. So if they ask a question, now they're going to feel dumb. All right, well, let me just forget all the minutia of this ridiculously complex business plan. That guy told me he drives a Lamborghini. Let's give it a shot.
As you rank advance to 6A, you achieve Enagic's first leadership rank. Enagic will pay you a bonus of $4,000 and ongoing bonuses for the next 6 months. Thanks to this rank, you are now paid an educational bonus for sales made outside of your 8 points.
Again, this would check the box of the emphasis on recruitment. In Ponzinomics, Robert talks about his 4 characteristics of a pyramid scheme: pay to play, emphasis on recruitment, endless chain pyramid scheme model, and the extreme money transfer from the bottom 99 to the top less than 1%. The FTC, their 4 points or 4 red flags are very similar. And one of them is an emphasis on recruitment. And here we go. If you're rank 6A, we'll give you a $4,000 bonus. Well, $4,000 is even more than the commission that they would pay you out for being at level 6A. At level 6A, you're only getting $2,190 in commissions. So fuck the commission. Let's recruit people to buy the machines and get these bonuses, baby. $4,000 bonus? Let's go.
When you have 2 directly sponsored people below you, each have 2 directly sponsored people, each achieve 6A, they rank advanced to 6A2. You rank advanced to 6A2-2. This earns you a bonus of $16,000 and access.
You can never eventually escape the fact that they will draw an actual pyramid on the screen.
The ranks continue with 6A2-4, 6A2-5, 6A2-6, 6A2-7, and 6A2-.
80,000 a month.
It looks like the Enagic compensation plan is built on a pyramid type structure. However, you'll realize the actual business model looks more like this.
What the fuck am I looking at? Ancient alien cave drawings. This looks like some Star Wars language that would be scrawled on the inside of a spaceship. This literally looks like constellations in the sky.
If you were to print this out on like raised lettering and rub your finger over it like Braille, it would say, "You are being scammed."
At this stage, I believe it's important I mention this to you. In order for you to achieve your financial desires in Enagic, you don't need to overanalyze the compensation plan.
There you go. Don't look too hard at the compensation plan. Just ignore this. Focus on this right here. That's what's important. Don't focus too hard on the compensation plan. Don't get caught up in that. Think about the money. Remember I said 80,000 a month? Come on, stay positive, you guys. Winners never quit and quitters never win. At the ranks 6A2-6 and higher, meaning this includes 6A2-6, 6A2-7, 6A2-8, and so on. There were only 3 distributors in the entire Enagic company, which is equal to 0.01% of all their total distributorship, earning more than $1 million a year for 2020. Mind you, 2020 was a year where MLMs saw a huge uptick in business, and I'm guessing for a company like Enagic that sells these water filtration systems, they were uber successful during COVID because what were people concerned about during COVID? Getting sick. So health products and supplements were all the rage already. So during arguably the most ripe and profitable time for MLM companies, the COVID pandemic, 3 people in Enagic were earning over $1 million. Absolute madness. Please do not join an MLM. They are scams.